Hello, this is Darren Phillips Bay and Emily Harrison. We are conducting an interview for Dr. Greg Wilson's public history course on the topic of Buddhist refugees living in Akron. We are doing the interview at the Northfield Library. This is March 19th, 2016. The time is 10:09. Can you please state your name and can you spell it for us?
My name is Bhakta and it goes like B as in boy, the first letter, S as in Henry, A, K, T, A. That is the first name. And my last name is Gimire, Z as in girl, S as in Henry, I, M, I, R, E.
Thank you. What are you currently, what's your current occupation at this time?
I have many jobs. Like I used to do translation come interpretation with local agencies, local refugee resettlement agencies. And I have been working part-time in Walmart as a food sales associate. And I used to volunteer for the community, helping them in many issues like help in language. Sometimes they need help for reaching the hospital, like transportation, everything like that.
How did you come, what got you into doing that type of work when you first got here? What was your first experience here, I guess, first job experience?
It was good. Though it was new for me, that depends upon the need of the time. I felt people need such kind of help, so I started doing so. I'm happy with my every aspect of my job.
Okay. Where do you live now?
I live in North Hill, Akron.
Do you live with any immediate family? Or?
Yes, I am living with my parents now.
When and where were you born?
I was born in Bhutan and grown up, studied in Bhutan.
Were your parents also born in Bhutan?
Yes, they were.
What do your parents do for a living?
They simply were the farmers. They used to cultivate in the lands they own there.
Are they retired now, living here, or?
In the sense of retirement, yes, I must say that because they are almost 80 now, so that is the age of retirement. Yeah.
Do you remember anything before you came to America, like when you were in the refugee camps?
There would be a long story if I start telling such. if I tell everything that I remember. In a gist, that when I left my country, I was just around 18, completing 18 to around 19, and I was having a government job there. I was working quite far from my family. I work in a different place in my country, and because of some political situation, I left that place, my working place, and went to India for my own safety. At that time, I heard that my family, my parents have been evicted from home, and my house was burnt by the government army. And I started looking for my parents where they reached, and gradually I heard from some of my friends that they reached Nepal, so I came following them. And I reached Nepal too with them. It was in 1991.
Do you remember the name of the refugee camp you were at?
Yeah, I was in Beldangi 1. There were 3 Beldangis, 1, 2, and 3. I was in Beldangi 1. But there is a story that before establishment of those camps, 1 by 1 or 2, there was a common place. All the camps were in same place in Maidhar. And after that, those camps were separated in different places in sense of like maintaining health and education, everything like that. So I did not live in my camp. It was just the camp in initial phase. I just came to Beldangi directly.
What do you remember from being there? Any memories you would like to share with us about the Beldangi one?
Yeah, I remember many things. The locality, the system of administration, that actually UNHCR was administering our camps in every aspect, like providing food, providing logistical materials for us, providing some educational facilities. But in reality, we were administered by the Nepal government, the local government there. So there were many systems that were new for us. We were grown up in different kind of system in Bhutan, and we got different situations there. So there were some hardships for us, that we were not free to go anywhere out of the camp. We were not allowed to welcome our guests, welcome our friends from other places. There were many restrictions, and there were scarcity of many things, like there was no enough food for everyone in the family, no enough money to buy anything like that. There are so many aspects, and we struggle a lot. In the beginning, we were not allowed to teach our children. There are no any schools in the refugee camps. We struggle a lot to establish the camp schools. We communicated with international agencies like Caritas, UNHCR, International Red Cross, and they started helping us in like providing some kind of help with money, books, everything like that. Then we started teaching on the ground, and later in that way we established a school there. After 1 or 2 years of such struggle, then we got the permission to start a school, and now that school has been running until now. Yeah, I remember many things like that. There will be a long story if I write everything.
Yeah, it's the perfect place to tell it.
If there's anything that sticks out.
Pardon me?
If there's anything that sticks out about the camp that you want people to know about.
Yeah, actually, we lived in the camps like with the friendship with the local people in Nepal. Like they help in many sense. Like when we were in need of something like money, you say, they ask us help to work in their field sometimes. But that was not permitted legally. That though it was illegal, our people used to work in their field and they earned some money. They helped. Like we lived inside of a big Nepali village. The refugee camp was located in the middle of a big surrounding of Nepali people. So we lived there very happily with them. Sometimes some misunderstandings, disputes arose, surely, but it was not a big thing. I am thankful to Nepal helping us in that situation.
Have you heard any other stories about any of the other two camps?
Yeah, same thing was in other two camps too, because the system was same, the facilities were same. So most of our people have same kind of stories. Like
were you able to keep all of your customs or activities while you were in the camp?
you mean here in USA?
When you were in the refugee camp?
No, we could not do that. We could not do that. Everything was changed in the refugee camps comparing to our homeland. So anyway, we did most of the things, but not everything.
What were some of the things you weren't able to do?
Like we could not have a big gathering in the refugee camp because we were not permitted to do so, and there was no enough place to do that. We were living in a small hut, and we were being in a big house in our country, so it could not be arranged like that, SMS, and some other aspects too, because the administration did not allow us to manage a big gathering, having a big party with friends, having some kind of religious rituals. So it was restricted in the refugee camps, even though we did in a small, yeah.
How were you able to leave the camp?
It is a long story that in 2006, UNHCR and initially the US government, the then government, resolved that those refugees in the camp like we have to be resettled in some countries because Bhutan is not willing to take back to our country. So initially, the UNHCR asked us to fill up an application if we want to get resettled in any countries like USA, Australia, Canada, and most of other countries. And my family, my brothers, my parents already filled the application before I knew that, because I was working in a local newspaper and I used to stay outside of the camp most of the time. I just used to visit my camp weekly and sometimes monthly. So when I get to my refugee camp, they told me, we already have filled the application. And I was happy with them. They did good thing. And it took almost more than 1 year. They called us in their office and they asked if we were willing to get resettled in USA. First, I was intending to get resettled in Canada instead of USA. Yeah, and I told them I want to go to Canada, not USA. But later on, most of my family members, they already had resettled in USA, and they used to convince me USA is good, better than Canada. So I got convinced with them, and I came here in 2010. I forgot that date. I entered in USA. Maybe it must be in April, but I don't remember the date.
You said your family had already come to the USA. Some of them. Who were what family members?
Yeah, my uncle and my sister and some of other friends.
When did they come?
They came in 2009.
Are they in Ohio, like in the Akron area, or are they?
Yeah, they live in Kaga first now. They are nearby us.
Was the Akron area the first place you guys settled?
No, I was resettled in New York initially in 2010. I came to Buffalo, city of Buffalo in New York. I spent almost around 1 year, I must say. I worked there. Everything was good, but in aspect of finding job, it is quite hard there. So I came here in Akron to see my relatives. They told me that here it is better than Buffalo, so I came here. I reached Akron on 5th of February 2012.
Did you feel welcome in any of the places you've lived?
Yes, sure, of course.
Did you have any expectations coming to the United States? Or any apprehensions?
Actually, yeah, I must say so, because we just had heard about USA. We didn't have anyone who got experience about USA and got back to us to tell everything. We just heard from some news, some television, and we studied in the books. So we had, talking personally, I had got many expectations. Like after reaching USA, I may be able to do such things, but every expectations cannot work every time. I know that. Anyway, I'm not disappointed. I'm happy with everything that is going with me.
Can you tell me about the expectations you had of Akron and what it would be like here in the city? Just based on what your family had told you?
Actually, we are planning to buy a house to live in for a long time. But looking on our people, like they are moving from Akron every day, like going to Kiowa Falls, going to Thalmis or some nearby places. And I'm thinking why they are leaving Akron, because of what reason? And comparing to those cities they have resettled right now, Akron seems to be a quite what I need to say, I don't know. It seems to be a remote area comparing to those cities. Like it is very old. But I think other way, like Akron must be a business center. Akron is a center place where everything is located, like schools, hospitals, and everything. People, they have gone to other cities, have to come back to Akron for those facilities. And most of our Nepali stores are located around this place, North Hill area. So why to go away? Akron can be developed in future, so we can do something in Akron. I'm thinking like that, and I'm planning to buy a house around this place in North Hill area. But that is just my expectation. I don't know what will be the result. Yeah.
And how did you find work and housing in Akron?
In the beginning, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I already told you that I had some of my relatives already got settled here, and I had one Chinese friend from China. I knew him back when I was in Nepal through some communication, and he was living in Akron that time in 2012. He helped me to find a house for me, but when I got resettled here, he left Akron in 2013 and went to, I don't know, North Carolina or maybe in that area. Especially he helped me to find house.
Did you go to school or a college here at all, or was all your education?
No, I
in
didn't.
Nepal?
I didn't.
What was the initial response of the community to you? Did you feel welcome by the community?
Here in Akron? Yes, yes. The local community, like local people working in many agencies like hospitals, in international institute mainly, they help us a lot for everything. Whenever we need some help, we can go there and ask, I need these things, I need such and such. They used to come forward for everything like that. Even if whenever we need some furnitures in the house, they used to provide with some kind of donations like that. Yeah. And in the hospitals, and now I found some people speaking very fluent Nepali, some local people. They are great because they can help our parents who cannot speak English very well. They can express by themselves, one-to-one communication. Yeah, they have been doing so. I'm happy.
Did you know English before you came here, or did you have to learn it?
Yeah, I knew little English, but I could not speak in a fluent speed. Like even now, I cannot. I don't have that much fluency in speaking, but I can write well. I can read. I understand everything, but I cannot express. Yeah.
Has language been a barrier for you or your family?
Yeah, I must say, for my family, it is not barrier for me. I can express by any way, by signals, by signs, or like that. It is not that much hard for me. But my family members, they cannot speak a single word.
Did you? You said that you weren't able to receive any education in America. What was the highest level you received when you were in Bhutan?
Actually, I was a journalist by profession while back in Nepal, I must say. In Bhutan, I was not any professional. I just had started to work in a lab. Like there was a factory which produces cement. Do you know cement? And I started working there in the age of 16. I worked there to test some chemicals. And at that time, I was just studying in Standard 9. So, after reaching Nepal, when I was just around 18 or 19, I enrolled myself in a college in Nepal. So I studied and I got journalism subject until diploma. So I just stopped there. And after that, I had to earn money working, so I could not get time to arrange everything like that. Yeah.
What have been some of the most difficult things to do or learn since coming to the U.S.?
The culture. The main thing is culture. I'm still learning every aspect of local culture, and we have been thinking how it could be easy for us to be integrated in the local ministry. That is the main thing for us.
What are some of the cultural differences?
Like, everything is different. Like people here, whenever they get sick, they used to drink ice or cold water, but instead of that, whenever we get sick in our culture, we used to have hot water, everything hot. That is just an example. Everything is different. So I don't know what is the basic reason behind it. So our people used to ask us, why is it so? Why the people in hospital, doctors and everyone ask us to drink cold water or ask us to have ice? When people used to ask, and I don't have answer at that. So we have many things to get harmonized between, and we have to understand many things, and we have been trying to do so through our community organization, the group of friends. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite things about the U.S. and Akron?
Most of the things are good in aspect, like we have safety to live. That is good thing, and education provided to the children. That is good thing, and living standard. I must say, everyone who works hard, they can live in a good standard. I like those things. While back in Nepal or Bhutan, it could not be guaranteed. If you work hard too, you cannot live that much well, because your earned money would be taken by someone forcefully sometimes. Yeah. Like I mean to say, the administration system, the law system was not maintained in a good way there. Comparing to those places, here it is excellent.
And how are you involved with the community of Akron today?
Actually, I had been involved with my community since long ago, well, back from the refugee camp. And same community got here, so everyone knows me, everyone asks for help, so automatically I got involved with those activities. And I knew some of the people in the agencies working here. So when they found that most of our people know me, so it could, they might have thought that it could be good to have someone who can communicate with those people very easily. They started asking me for help, and I started working with them. Mainly in that language aspect, I have been helping local agencies.
Are you part of any organizations in the community?
Yeah, I am a member of advisory committee for BCAA. Just that. I'm not involved in any other organizations.
What is the BB's?
BCAA, Bhutanese Community Association in Akron.
What are some of the cultural practices that you retained in the U.S. from your home country?
Like having our festival, annual festival, Dasai, Tihar. There are two main festivals. It falls in October, end of October, around that time. Those are big ones. We are celebrating here too.
And how do you celebrate that festival?
We used to gather ourselves in a big groups in some common places. If we find some hall, if not, then we used to book some park areas. Then we used to sing, dance, have some good dinner, like that. We have been maintaining that, but we are not able to do every small festivals like they came every month. We cannot do that because of timely aspect that we need to work. We need to use our time for earnings. But anyway, we are doing those big ones. And some systems in the family aspects, family management, we have been practicing those things, what we were doing back in there.
Are there ways that you're adapting new customs and traditions into your culture?
I must say yes, but very little. Very little.
What are some of the similarities and differences between your home country and the U.S.?
I already told you everything is different. Everything is different, but I am trying to find some similarities. I am still trying to learn more, but I am not finding any similarities. Like just living, the human nature is similar everywhere in the world. I know that, but I'm not finding any similarities in the practice. Everything is different. So we have been tackling to adjust and harmonize that.
And how do you view yourself now? Do you see yourself as Nepalese or Bhutanese or an American? How do you
I don't.
yourself?
I'm still waiting for my citizenship. It is not the time yet for me to get that. And after that, I will be a Bhutanese American. It depends upon the subject matter, on what I am speaking or talking about. Like if I am talking about the nationality, like that thing, then I need to be convinced myself that I am Bhutanese American, because I came here from Bhutan, not from Nepal. But in a language basis, in culture basis, I can practice any language, I can practice any culture, I can speak any language around the world, and that is Nepali. So I cannot tell myself Nepali only, because I am not from Nepal. Nepal was just a transit place for me. So I am a Bhutanese American having a Nepali ethnicity, Nepali language, that's it.
And how do you maintain ties back to your home country, Bhutan? Do you?
Yeah, I have some of my family members, like I have my brother's family still in Bhutan. He has been living there in Thimphu, capital city of Bhutan, and we regularly contact each other. We have communication. And Nepal too. I have one other brother in Nepal living there, still waiting for resettlement, for get resettled in USA. Maybe, I'm not sure, he may go to Australia or Canada, I don't know, but I have been calling him to US. Come here, don't go any other country. Yeah. And so I have some other relatives also. They have been living in Nepal.
Do you maintain ties to other Bhutanese that are in Ohio or anywhere else in the U.S.? Is there some sort of a larger...
Yes. I have many friends, many relatives, family members around all the states of USA. Now, presently, they have moved to other states from until 1 year before, some of my friends were in Arizona. Recently they moved to Akron. They are here now. And some people, my teachers, two of my teachers were in California, still they are there. And Texas, most of the states.
Can you tell me about your hopes and plans for your future in Akron?
I don't have that much big expectations because I am almost 50 now. I cannot do many things. But anyway, I am hoping to have something good for my community here. Like after being resettled, buying a house and everything for my own family, I am planning to get some common place for my community, like a community school, community center, like that. Working with my agency people, I have been coordinating with that. And I have some small expectations only. I don't think big. I don't know what will happen in future. But I am always thinking in my mind about my community, how this community can be integrated here well, and how this community will sustain for a long term in future. Only to buy house is not a big thing for me. Yeah.
And is there anything else you would like to add that you would like people to know about the Bhutanese or yourself?
First of all, I want to know the time. It is almost 11 now.
10:46.
Yeah, I need to leave now, ma'am. I have to do many things before going to the job. So, it's okay. Can I ask you something? Like, are you going to edit everything on this video that before registering with any libraries or any universities like that?
This is Greg Wilson, by the way. I think they could edit it if we needed to. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we can have you look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can look it over if you'd like to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to do that
Okay, sure.
in future.
That's fine.
Let us be in contact.
Yes.
Thank you
of
very
course.
much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.